There we go.
So, hello everyone. For the ones that doesn't know me, I am Carlos Santos. I am 21 years old, and I am currently working as a technical leader on O2O Bots. And today I will share with you valuable content that worked a lot for me. And nowadays I can't even handle all the invites that I still receiving on LinkedIn, and that's really important for us that want an international position. And I think it will work for you too if you apply these concepts. So, the LinkedIn algorithm, how to create visibility on your profile. Here's a screenshot of my DM this week, and I had more than 10 invites for interviews. That is hard to manage because an interview it's about 1 hour, so doing all the interviews in the same week it's always hard. And I just put that here for you see some results that I am seeing right now. So what will we learn today? The 6 degrees of separation theory, that is where LinkedIn works and how it works. It was based on this theory, so it's important for us understand that for understanding how LinkedIn works. Then what is the LinkedIn SSI and how to create an attractive profile with the core concepts of SSI. Here I put a little text to explain for you how does the 6 degrees of separation theory works, and I will read it to make it creating more sense. So the notion of 6 degrees of separation grew out of work conducted by the social psychologist Stanley Milgram in 1960s, and Milgram decided to investigate the so-called small world problem. The hypothesis that everyone on the planet is connected by just a few intermediaries. In his experiments, a few hundred people from Boston and Omaha tried to get a letter to a target that was a complete stranger in Boston. But they could only send the letter to a personal friend who they thought was somehow closer to the target than they were. And when Milgram looked at the letters that reached the target, he found that they had changed hands only about 6 times. And this finding has since been enshrined in the notion that everyone can be connected by a chain of acquaintances rolled 6 links long. So, what does it mean? It means that uh, if I know, if I have a friend and my friend have a friend, I have a connection between the friend of my friend. We are friends of the same person. So we are saying friends a lot and it's hard to understand. So let's put some names. Let's think that we are Arnold. We know Richard and Rebecca. And then Rebecca knows Emily. So we have something in common with Emily, even not knowing her. That is the similarity of being friend of Rebecca. And it is also uh, the same thing if we still doing the chain and we get to the last people here. That was how a person could send a letter from Omaha to Boston without even knowing the accurately address. So LinkedIn works very similar, and a lot of others social apps works like that. It's like the Facebook friend suggestion. Mm, 10 times ago when Facebook was on the boom, you could see a lot of recommendations from Facebook asking you to creating new friends. And how does they know that maybe you know the person that they are recommending or something like that. And that is how they know it, because your friend have a friend and then they recommend it to you, looking at the proximity of how much change there is between the person and you. So now that we already know what is the theory of 6-degree separation, let's understand a little bit about what is the LinkedIn SSI. LinkedIn have a ranking that is a score, and based on that score, it will show your profile more frequently to the people. So if you have a higher score, your profile will be shown first than any other people. And that is the reason we will talk about that today. Here we can see that we have 4 components of this score. That is establish your professional brand, find the right people, engage with insights, and then build relationships. We will pass through 3 of them because they find the right people is more about if you are a recruiter and you will need to search a lot and get the right candidate, so we will not pass through it. But here you can see in this image, that is my personal SSI, you can see that I have a score higher than the people in my network. So my profile will be shown first than theirs. And also I have a higher score than people in my industry. So my profile will be shown first than theirs. And that is the key. If your profile is show first, they will send you the proposal first. You can do the interviews first, and that is how it works and how you start receiving a lot of message to interviews. So establish your professional brand score. How do we increase it? So we need to put a profile pic that show our face, because LinkedIn evaluate that it needs to show our face. Then we need to have a red line described in the areas that we want a job. So I am a backend engineer, and I put it at first, and also I put all the technologies that are more important to me, that I like to work, and that I would like to have an international opportunity to work for. Also, the background photo also counts in the score, and there's a lot of things that also count. The about section, you need to create a about section that makes sense, explain a little bit about you, about what you do, and what you are looking for. You can even ask for ChatGPT help you with that if you are not a person that can think in this type of texts. And also I recommend doing the top skills, that they are the ones that you have the domain. So that is also something that helps when a recruiter searching your profile and see that you have the technology that they want in the top skills. I strongly recommend that on the featured you add your GitHub profile or your portfolio. I don't have a portfolio since I am a backend engineer, so just the GitHub will help recruiters to see that you have some done work with programming, and then you can create posts or reposts to put on feature that will help your score to grow. Also, keeping on establish your professional brand, we need to describe well what we did in each position that we passed by. Like, that is my currently position, and you can see that I described all the technologies that I am working with here. And that also helps the recruiters when they are searching, because LinkedIn index these terms And then if you have more terms than other people, your profile will be shown first. Now that we already know how to create the establish your professional brand, that is the first step. We need to have that done before going to the next step. That is important to do. We can go to build relationships. We learned before that LinkedIn works with the 6 degrees theory. And if you search someone on LinkedIn, you will be able to see that it will appear like second, 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 or 30, or first. And that is the 6 degree theory applied. You can see that on LinkedIn if you just search it. I searched software developer, and the first that appeared to me was someone that I have a connection in common, that is a secondary connection, and also someone that have the word software developer in the profile. Look at the red line, software developer at company, software developer, software developer. That is how LinkedIn works. And since LinkedIn will show the profiles that have more connections in common, I strongly recommend that you have at least 1,500 connections on LinkedIn, because your profile needs to be shown. I know that it's boring. You will need to send a lot of connections to a lot of people. It's a manual process. It's boring, but it's necessary. And I also know that LinkedIn have a limit of 100 connections per week. So you have a bit of a delay for reaching 1,500 connections, but that is okay. Once you get it, you will receive a lot more of international opportunities. Also, since LinkedIn will recommend the people that are in our chain of connections, I strongly recommend that you search connections in the country that you want the job. So if you want a job for United States, you need to search technical recruiters in United States. You need to start creating connection with these recruiters, because you won't be shown for them if you don't have any connection chain with them. So if you want a job for Europe, start searching about software developers or technical recruiters in Europe and send a lot of connections. That is how European people can be able to see your profile. Also, I got an automation to send connections automatically, because how I said before, it's really boring. And I will give you guys the link after the presentation if any of you is interested on that. Okay, so after doing these two concepts, we already will receive international positions invites and connections from recruiters. But if you still not having your score higher than your network, there is one more thing that you can do to improve it. And that is the engage with insights step. How could we improve our engage with insights score? So the first thing, we need to react posts, interact with the LinkedIn community, and creating posts that will interact with people in your network, and also engaging, sharing your thoughts on comments. I put here a comment from Marcel, that is a member here of Giga, and he did a great comment and also have great great acceptance. Like the members liked what he told and liked and replied it, so it will increase the score of your engagement with insights. Uh, it's basically that. I explained it very fast, so I will put it here, how to enter in LinkedIn SSI to understand your score and understand how to improve each of these topics. I also put here the repository that I mentioned, and I will let it open to any doubts if you have.
Awesome. Daniel, congratulations on your presentation. Very insightful on how to engage way more on LinkedIn. For the public, does anybody have any questions for Daniel regarding this topic? Anyone can feel free to ask the question.
Also, maybe we can do an analysis of someone's profile. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Yeah, who want to be a candidate?
So known.
Daniel, do you use the any site for the help you in connection more people?
For the connection, how I told before, I searched technical recruiters here in Brazil. I searched technical recruiters in United States and Europe. I filtered a lot of countries in my search and just started sending connections. And the thing is, I got the automation, and you just need to put the terms that you want to search people, and then the automation will start sending connections automatically for you.
Do you think there's a certain pattern on what countries you get the most offers besides Brazil?
Uh, that is a hard question because last year I received a lot of United States directly uh, proposals, but this year I am just receiving uh, proposals from consultancy companies that are from Latam, and they are trying to hire people for United States or United Kingdom, but they are from Latam. So I think it will depend on the moment. I really recommend creating connections with both countries of Europe and also United States, and also here in Brazil or Colombia, these countries that have consultancy companies to hire.
I think it's also really important to analyze how each country is asking for this type of demand. I mean, I think the biggest pattern that we have is United States that they usually have the most offers because the country is huge and there's a lot of tech companies in there. But I think you can kind of analyze this pattern by seeing what each country is demanding for. And if a country is just now getting specialized in a certain technology, they'll probably be looking for people into that same field.
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
I could give you an example that is on Australia. They have a huge demand for C Sharp developers. So there is so many jobs open there for C Sharp developers.
Cool. Leonardo has his hand raised.
Hello, guys. Good morning. I have two questions for Daniel. And my first question is, what is the best way to find an opportunity? Is find opportunities and applying to jobs, or be found on LinkedIn?
There is no right choice. Like the two paths are right, and it will depend on what you want to do. Like I applied a lot in websites, but how I told you, it's a bit boring. filling a lot of forms because each company have a different website and you need to put the same data in all of them. So I went to the LinkedIn methodology to be found, and right now I don't need to fill out these forms because the recruiters already have a profile that they want, and they just get to you because you have this profile. That helps.
Okay. Okay, my second question is it worth sending a message to private of international recruiters?
Yeah, I think it will work. Like if you search about jobs and you see a job that a recruiter posted on LinkedIn, it will be way easier to get this position than applying to a job that have 1,000 applicants on the jobs page on LinkedIn. It will be very effective. You can do that.
Very good.
I
Right.
have a question, Daniel. Sorry, didn't raise my hand. You talked about like the importance of reacting in posts and like being a part of community, like making yourself seen. Do you feel like it's important to actually post something like, or just reacting is good, or do you need to make posts on LinkedIn?
It will depend on what you want. If you really want to be shown first as anyone else, I strongly recommend that you create posts and great posts that have like at least 500 interactions. It will explode your score of interact with insights. But for me, like I don't have enough time to create posts every week. If you just to reacting or commenting, it will help a lot.
Got it. Thank you.
Do you believe you can do an analysis today, Daniel?
Sure.
Does anyone want
Give me a
to?
LinkedIn profile that then we can do that.
Does anyone want to volunteer to have their profile analyzed?
Can I send my link?
Absolutely. Let's
I
take
will
a look.
send in the chat.
Here we go.
So I will share my screen again on Leonardo profiles. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
So analyzing Leonardo profile, we can see that he already has a great headline. He put what he wants to work and what is his technologies. He have a profile showing his face and also a background image that is great. We can see that you have an about description here. You can maybe work a little bit on it and describe a bit more of yourself and your technology challenges, maybe what challenge you are looking for and what makes you feel comfortable working, or what type of challenges you are proud of already solving, things like that. You can be creative. Your top skills is good. It's really good to have it. Here we can see that you don't have any featured posts. I strongly recommend that you at least put your GitHub on the featured. And then if you have any posts or any repost that you feel that is important to have in your featured, you can put also. And that is good because it makes your profile more, how can I say that? It's more beautiful, but it also helps with the score of establish your professional brand. So let me see if there is anything missing. I see that in the jobs descriptions, you can put more effort trying to explain what you did in the company, explaining in what project did you work, what did you did in that time, and maybe putting here we have some technologies, but surely you maybe worked with more, maybe AWS or any cloud provider. You can put all of the details. If you're in your company, you had like DevOps team and you use it a tool like Argo CG to manage and see the logs, you can put here. If you use a tool to deploy or a tool to versioning your code, it's really important because maybe the recruiter will search like your headline and maybe add an end condition and put like GitLab because they use GitLab on their company. And maybe you already use that, and that is important to have in your profile because it will helps to be shown. So doing that on each experience, I think you can improve that. You have the skills, you have recommendations. I didn't mention it before, but having recommendations also helps in your establish your professional brand score. It is really good. It's nice to have it. Yeah, it's basically that. How much connections do you have? You have 200. I strongly recommend that you send a lot of connections. It will help you a lot.
I
Very
have a
good.
question, Daniel. Does it matter the type of connection I make, or just like the overall sheer number of connections?
Yeah, like it's hard to understand if you are doing a great connection, but let's think about it. If you want to connect to someone, it's better that this person have a lot of connections, because if you connect just to one people, just to one person, you can be able to be the secondary connection of 1,000 connections that this person have. So it's important if the person is like a person that is famous or have a lot of connections. That is why I recommend doing connections with recruiters, because they need to connect sometimes to send messages to developers, so they have a lot of connections.
Very good.
Yeah,
Does
this-
anyone else wants to be analyzed?
Yes, I can share my profile.
Perfect. You send the link. Very good. It's done. Ooh.
So Silvio has a profile pic that shows his face, background photo, great headline with the technology that he works. You have a describe it about that is on what you did. And your experience, that is nice. Like your about is good, but you have more things to add, or if you think on things that maybe some terms like a technology or something else that maybe would work for be recommended, I recommend it. You have 500 more connections, so I can see how much connections do you have. Can you tell us?
Almost 500. Let me see the exact number.
100 or 1,000?
4,000. 4,418 connections.
Oh, that's nice. Is any of these do you know if any of these connections is from outside of the country? Maybe in other continents?
Some connections, yes. I think I have some contacts with international recruiters. I think USA and Portugal, it's more common countries that I
That's
receive.
great. That's great, man. And so I don't know if the major of your connections are from Brazil, but if it is, I strongly recommend sending connections to people outside of the country. But it's a great number. You have top skills here. That's really good. Let's see your experiences descriptions. Management and improving. That's nice. You described what you did in the company and also the tech stack. That is really great. Here it's the same, what you did and the technologies. This one, if you could give more details, it will be great. This one is good. Yeah, I think your experiences are very good. You described them well, but in the technologies and what was what you did. Projects, recommendations, also very good. You have a lot of recommendations. That is very good. Probably your LinkedIn score will be higher than mine.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's great, man. Your profile is in the right way. And you are currently receiving international proposals?
Yes, I have received one or two contacts per week.
Oh, that's nice. So probably in your situation, I will just suggest to send connections to out of the country and creating posts and interacting, because all of the other things are already great.
Nice, great tip.
A quick question, Daniel. Is it possible to let a recommendation for someone on LinkedIn that you studied with, not only worked?
Yeah, like you can give recommendation for whatever you want. Like you need to give the recommendation, and then the member need to allow it to be shown on his profile. But I think it will be great if we could do that.
Because I was thinking about everyone in Giga could help each other recommending.
It's like Orkut in the past. Send the testimonials.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could do everyone gather together, just like recommend each other the friends.
Yeah, that's nice. We could do that. I am open to it.
Cool. Actually, Giga has a company page on LinkedIn, so you could even refer to it in the recommendation if it's necessary.
Let's work on that. I'm gonna check how to do that, and I'm gonna post again.
Anyone else? A third one?
Yes.
Any other profiles?
I sent my profile.
Perfect. Look at him. That's your pro.
Hello, Julio. We can see here. We can see here that you have I strongly base here. You have a profile pic, a background photo, a great headline telling what you want to work and what you are currently working. Let's see about thinking about you could give more insights on what you already worked for, and maybe the impact of a project that you are proud of or something like that. Let me see. The feature ad here would be nice too. Maybe creating a post or just posting your LinkedIn profile in the feature ad tab. It will help. On your experiences, we are seeing here that you just have the technologies and a brief explanation about what you did. I strongly recommend that you put like you did the maintenance and development of an ETL for data lake, and you probably could give more insights about what was it for, and what problem did you solve with that, and things like that. It will help.
Okay.
The tools are okay, that's nice. And in the others positions the same. You can create a more descriptive on what were your impact on the company, what were your projects, maybe the teams that you worked for. Like this, this was a good one.
Yes.
You have recommendations, and maybe you can have more at Giga. We can recommend each other.
Great.
And how much connections do you have?
I don't know, but if I answer to my colleagues, they can put recommendation that.
Yeah, that's nice. But about the connections, do you have 1,000 or more
Uh,
or less?
just a minute. I don't know in my mind. More 500 or more connections.
Yes. So I don't know the
1,006 connections.
okay, that's great. I recommend that you send more connections outside of the country.
Okay.
Yeah, basically it's that creating a more described about and more described on your experiences and
And
sending
more
more
connections.
connections. That will be enough for receiving more proposals. Are you currently receiving it?
Yes. The last week, I I I did interview.
That's great. So your profile is already receiving proposals. Great.
Yeah, yeah, all the time.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Also, I have a suggestion that might be interesting for everyone to do it here. So a couple of days ago, Marcel, one of our students, told us about this global summit that will be happening this Saturday, and it's an online summit. Um, I am gonna participate in it, but I don't know exactly how it works. But I think that should be a great opportunity to make more connections as you're engaging with people from out of the country, and an opportunity to, send your LinkedIn out. So I think that could be a great opportunity for everyone here to do it. I can send the link for the Global Summit here on the chat. Just give me a second. Does anybody else wanna have their LinkedIn looked at? I'm not gonna do mine because I
Just,
my LinkedIn is kind of blank right now.
just a second. I will get my link.
Yeah. So I just sent it on the chat, the link for the global summit. Um, it is it has this focus on tech, and it's a global summit, so really interesting for you guys to sign up and participate in it.
I already inscribed for it. I will participate.
Awesome.
Hello, Andre. So, in your profile, have a profile picture on your face, a background photo, a great red line. Maybe messaging could be a bit confusing. Maybe messaging queues or something like that could make more sense. For understanding how the recruiters will search for it, you can search about some jobs that ask for messaging and how they write that down. Then you can copy and put it on your profile. You can give a bit more insights on your about, maybe structuring it a bit more, doing some line breaks. Top skill, it's nice. You can also put the feature ad here with some post or with your GitHub. So since you work with Java, I think you are a backend developer, you can put your GitHub or versioning tool that you use and have some repositories. I saw that you already put some description, but maybe you can put more more information about the impact that you are doing. Like, oh, my company does sell a SaaS product, and I'm working in the team of X, and explaining what to do in this team and how you contribute to the company that you are working for. The same for the others. The technology is good. It's a good approach putting them here, but you can just create more context about the company and the value that you deliver. You put skills here, really good. Recommendations, I strongly suggest that you ask for some from Giga members or coworkers. It helps with your score. And let's see the connections. Are you currently receiving any opportunity?
Nowadays, less than 4.
Less than 4?
Less than 4. 4.
Less than before. Okay. Yeah, I think you could also. It's a suggestion that I give to anyone. Like, create connections outside of the country. It will help a lot. You will understand that if you use the automation tool that I will share with you guys, after sending the connections, you will receive at least 3 or 4 contacts because you are interacting with recruiters that you never interacted before. So it will open a whole new path for them to reach you. Strongly recommend it.
Let me ask you a question, Dan, and we can wrap up. What's the importance of the kind of, or like the quality or the framing of the picture that you take? Does it only have to show your face? Or, I mean, there's recommendations they give about the picture.
I don't know how does it work under the hood, but I know if you put a profile pic that doesn't show a person, it won't count as a score for your SSI. So it at least need to have a person on it, and better if you will show your face.
Right.
Daniel,
do you have
Actually, my profile photo
Sorry,
is
go ahead,
really
guys.
I guess my profile photo is really poor. I do one generated by AI. So if you have one AI to do this work,
You don't have to do
probably.
this. I mean, it's very easy to take a good picture today, you know, just put your phone in front of you, or even with a white wall, and it works. I think it just has to be well lit and the sun is there. You can use the sun, and it has to be clear, you know. And also something that I find important is to have it updated and you have the same image everywhere, you know, in the sense that when you get into a call with that person, they will recognize you, you know. So if you had a different kind of hair before, or if you aged, you know, if you're older now, if you have a beard or something, you know, changed a lot, I think it's some kind of consistency in your image helps, you know. And also clarity. Clarity can come from the quality of the picture itself, but also from contrast, you know, contrast with the background, good lighting and everything. So I don't think it's hard. Actually, if you hop onto a Zoom call here and you take a screenshot of your face, sometimes it's better than several pictures that I see out there.
Mhm.
So guys, I believe we
we
can
have
wrap up for now. Samir, final.
Oh, we have Steve in
Daniel,
the call.
do you have time to look mine?
We are colleagues from college.
Hey, grand André, the guy.
Samir, you're gonna wanna ask a question, something?
Yes. If Daniel have time to look mine.
All right. Actually,
What do you think, Gusti?
we don't have time anymore. Have to wrap up for now. But yeah, look at the recording. How this is saved on YouTube. The principles are the same: picture, description, amount of connections, and using the terms that you want to find jobs for. Right? It's basically that. So make sure you go through all these fundamental principles, apply them onto your profile. And Daniel is out there. Maybe Daniel can send your LinkedIn here on the chat so everyone can connect to you. And then you can send the links and get their analysis done by you later.
Yeah, I will send the presentation in the just chatting, and also my LinkedIn profile if anyone wants to connect, or taking my profile as an example, feel free to.
Yeah. Also, this conversation can continue in the Discord channel. If your members want to do it, just hop onto the voice chat. For non-members, can you please send right now your LinkedIn chat so they can follow you?
Sure.
Link on the chat. Perfect. So everyone click the link real quick so you don't lose it because you're finishing the call. You're gonna win like 14 connections at once. LinkedIn's gonna... What's going on? Is he paying? Yeah, he is.
Bunch of recommendations too.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we will have 10 more recommendations.
Yeah. Hey guys, so let's wrap up for now. Whoever has their camera on, let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, just a few of us. All right. Hey guys, thanks for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck on your new applications and job interviews, and I'll see you very soon.